Good evening, this is Amma reporting for WCNN. We bring you urgent updates from the heart of the conflict in Khan Yunis. Nasser Hospital, a critical medical facility, has plunged into darkness as power is completely lost, leaving patients and medical staff in dire conditions. Our correspondent on the ground reports heavy clashes erupting near the hospital, intensifying the already precarious situation. In the midst of the chaos, residents of Al-Dara find themselves caught in the crossfire, forced to evacuate by the Israeli army only to face gunfire. Meanwhile, the relentless barrage of Israeli strikes continues to pound Khan Yunis, with reports of snipers targeting Palestinians as they attempt to seek refuge, including those fleeing Al-Amal Hospital. In a landmark development, the International Court of Justice (ICJ) has issued its ruling on South Africa's genocide case against Israel regarding its actions in the Gaza Strip. The ICJ has ordered Israel to take immediate measures to prevent acts of genocide in Gaza. However, notably, the court stopped short of mandating a ceasefire. The toll of this conflict continues to mount, with staggering numbers emerging. At least 26,083 lives have been lost, and over 64,000 people have been injured in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7 alone. Meanwhile, in Israel, the death toll from the Hamas attacks on October 7 stands at 1,139. The situation remains fluid and volatile, with communities in Khan Yunis and beyond enduring immense suffering amid the relentless violence. Israeli strike claims lives in Rafah. Tragedy strikes again in the Gaza Strip as reports emerge of an Israeli strike on a residential house in the Al Janina neighborhood, located east of Rafah in southern Gaza. According to the Palestinian state news agency, Rafah, 2 Palestinians have lost their lives in this dawn attack, while several others have been grievously injured. The casualties have been swiftly transferred to nearby hospitals for urgent medical attention. As the situation unfolds, our hearts go out to the families affected by this devastating incident. ICJ ruling and escalating crisis in Gaza. In a landmark decision, the International Court of Justice (ICJ) has ordered Israel to take decisive action to prevent and punish acts of genocide in Gaza. However, the court notably refrained from calling for an immediate ceasefire, sparking mixed reactions from both Palestinians and Israelis. Palestinians have expressed frustration over the lack of a ceasefire mandate but have also hailed the ruling as a significant step towards holding Israel accountable for its actions. Meanwhile, Israeli government officials and politicians have vehemently criticized the ICJ's decision, labeling it as outrageous and denying allegations of genocide in Gaza. The United Nations Human Rights Agency has issued a stark warning, describing the situation in Gaza as nothing less than catastrophic. Gaza's health ministry has accused Israel of deliberately targeting and besieging vital healthcare facilities such as the Nasser and Al-Amal hospitals in Khan Yunis. Adding to the dire circumstances, Doctors Without Borders has raised alarm over the collapse of Gaza's healthcare system, citing reports of power outages at Nasser Hospital, rendering it non-functional. In a further blow to humanitarian efforts, the United States has announced a cut in funding for the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees (UNRWA). This decision comes in the wake of allegations from Israeli authorities that several UNRWA employees were involved in the October 7 attack on Israel. The UN has responded by initiating investigations and terminating employees pending further inquiry. U.S. teen's family demands accountability. The family of a U.S. teenager tragically killed in the West Bank is refusing to relent in their pursuit of justice. Despite mounting pressure and accusations of inaction, the United States has been criticized for its perceived failure to hold Israel accountable for the killings of its citizens. The heartbreaking story underscores a larger issue of accountability in the region, where justice seems elusive for victims and their families. As the family's anguish continues, questions persist about the responsibility of governments to ensure justice for all their citizens, regardless of where they may be. Stay tuned to WCNN for the latest updates on this developing situation.